welcome back, and with that, we say goodbye to the Titanian fleet. Not a really impressive showing for them that match either. But
better.
Better, yes.
Yep.
Better. They
We
moved.
saw damage.
Well, they still
applied.
didn't kill a ship, but
They shot at something though.
Yeah.
it's true.
It's a next
But I
level
mean,
step up.
so this is a really good example of just a group of people that wanted to try out the tournament and have fun.
Yeah.
They
and-
dealt a lot of damage here.
Yep.
They
And I
took
definitely,
a lot of
I
damage.
sincerely hope they had a lot of fun, and if they did, they are the morale victors here.
Yeah. Moral victors.
Yes.
The morale victors is slightly different.
Moral victors.
It would be like they
Yes.
like, yeah, we got knocked out. Awesome. that would be like the morale victors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was exactly what I was talking about.
Okay, then you were correct, and I'm sorry for derailing you there.
But apart from that, clean wipe for Raging Homo Sapiens.
I don't remember what. I'm actually going to look what Raging Homo Sapiens, who they fought against yesterday, because I actually really like this setup. The Drake is obviously pretty unusual, but otherwise, this looks like a pretty decent little cruiser brawl setup. Nothing.
So, the Raging Homo Sapiens fought about as good as a German ski lesson.
Okay.
Okay.
So they had a pretty tough match
respectable
yesterday.
team to lose
Yep.
against.
See how they do if they bring that back. But that was, nice little match. I hope Titanian had a good time. Maybe see them next time.
Yeah, definitely. Hope so. So I got a tweet about the match before that.
Okay.
The match about the match between No Boundaries and Team Footwork.
Okay.
So apparently, the Paladin that Team Footwork brought died to automatically reloading his ancillary armor repair.
Yep.
Auto reload on is a dangerous
Yeah.
setting to have.
So if you aren't familiar with ancillary armor reps, they're kind of a recent addition, but they use nanite paste as charges. It gives you more armor rep per cycle while those charges are in there, and they can fit quite a lot of them. It's kind of longer lasting ASB, if you will. And the big difference between it and an ASB, well, I guess ASBs can as well, but it turns into a normal armor rep when it runs out of charges. So even if it's out, you can keep using it, and it just draws cap and reps the normal amount of a Tech 1 rep, I think. So in this case, if he has auto reload on for the nanite paste, as soon as it runs out of charges, it just goes into a reload, which takes a minute, I believe.
Yep.
So
When you have auto reload on, it's
so then
a
he's
bit of a
stuck with
problem.
no tank during that time, or at least no reps, when
Yeah.
he could have been repping just less.
I mean, he probably had two, right? Like one ancillary armor repair and then one regular one.
yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
likely.
So we saw him actually stay in the fight for a long time while he was pulsing his
normal rep waiting.
AAR.
Yeah, but it more than cuts his tank in half to
Yeah.
lose the AAR. So
So this is actually, like, that could have completely turned the match. A single setting, auto reload off could have turned the match.
There's a lot of buttons you can press in EVE Online that can completely throw a match. That just happens to be one of them.
Yes.
It's like self-destruct, another button that you don't want to be hitting.
Yes.
no, but that
Self-destruct
is
always bad.
an unfortunate detail that is very important in this case. I mean, it could have gone quite a bit differently.
This is actually a good question now. Why is auto reload by default set to on?
Because
For
usually,
guns, everything,
yeah,
almost everything else.
It's very rare that you don't want to reload. Usually reloading is really good, and usually modules don't do that much when they're not reloading. The other example, ASBs do actually keep boosting when you're not when you don't have charges, but they consume enormous amounts of cap. So even for those, it's almost always the correct thing to reload them immediately. And I can't think of any other examples really where you wouldn't want to be reloading anything like cap boosters or really most instances you just want to reload right away.
Yeah.
So
that's why it's on.
That's why
to
it's
the
on.
person that was asking in Twitch chat.
What if you made a gun that got stronger the less ammo it had?
That's a really fantastic idea. Can't wait to talk about that later with you.
So our next match coming up is 8CAS versus Sinusoidal Field Theory.
Awesome.
8CAS, part of the most exciting tournament match in a long time.
I think so anyway.
That was a baller match.
It was one of the best tournament matches that we've seen in a long time.
Definitely go check it out on YouTube if you didn't see it yesterday,
Yes.
the 8CAS match. And also, if you weren't here yesterday, haven't heard us babble about how cool 8CAS are, they're, of course, the noob, like, starter corp group of guys. They teach PvP to people in, what's the school called?
Center for Advanced Studies.
Center for Advanced Studies. They stay in the noob corp no matter how long the characters last in PvP, and nobody knows who they are. I'm sure more people will know who they are the more they perform like this in tournaments. But
And Nocturnal Romance
yeah, that's another.
is
Silent Zero
the
Field
guys
Theory.
behind Silent Zero Field Theory. Tinker, Hell, and Alts, a team from the first Neo.
Yeah.
Who
And
actually?
they are sponsored by EVE Online Hold'em,
Okay.
by the way.
I'm sure EVE Online Hold'em appreciates you mentioning that.
Yes.
I'm interested to see what Silent Zero Field Theory does in this match.
Yeah.
I actually expected them to be good. I mean, Tinker Hell's kind of an unorthodox PvPer, but they certainly have experience, and I kind of expected them to be strong.
Yeah.
The setup they brought yesterday was pretty bizarre. I think it was the Vindicator Shield Serpentis themed. It was like 3
Yes.
Daredevils, 3
Yes.
Vigilance, and a Vindicator or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And it just got wrecked. I mean, it was just too easy to control. I think the Vindicator got webbed away from everybody. They had a tough matchup for sure, though, as well.
That was against the Agmar Money
That's
team.
right, yeah.
Oh,
And they that bait Blackbird
That's right.
slingshotted 2 people out of the arena.
So
Which
we'll
is pretty good. But I
see-
have the bands here. If we can go over that real quick, the match is ready.
Cool.
8cast banned out the Armageddon and the Dominics, and Sinusoidal Field Theory banned out the Scimitar and the Oneros. So with the match being ready and no Scimitar, no Oneros, predictions, please.
The
Just
Armageddon
rise.
ban is more telling. Maybe Marauder?
Possibly.
I'm going to go for 8cast just based on... I actually think they just had a stronger performance yesterday than Silent Zero Field Theory did.
Yep. I'm going to go for 8cast as well.
I'm going to go with 8cast as well, as they provided us with one of the most entertaining tournament matches in recent tournament history. And I hope this one will be as entertaining.